Okay guys, so today I'm doing a brief video on the Century Arms UC9 9mm carbine. It is basically an Uzi. It has, I believe everything's built on a parts kit. So we've got your standard Israeli parts kit that's been Americanized and civilianized. Of course it fires from the closed bolt position in this case now. You've still got your normal, all your controls and everything are the same. You've got your folding stock, which is identical to the originals. So it's, it's kind of functional. You're not terrible or anything. 16-inch barrel to have it civilian legal, and not short barreled rifle or anything like that. Your controls, of course, are fire and safe. You don't have anything else on the even shown. You got a quick detach up here. You got actually got two sling attachments, not quick detach. You got two sling attachments. This one's a swivel. And if you do need to take this thing down for carry or transport, one of the things I do like about this is it's really easy to take your barrel off. It's just like your standard Uzi. You push this back to release your spring pressure on your locking piece here, and you unscrew your large retainer nut here, and your barrel slides right out. And so you can take your gun, the rest of it assembled, toss it in your bag and separate it, obviously, so you don't beat up and scratch stuff up. But it makes it a little more carryable. If you need to toss it in a backpack or something like that, or a overnight bag, whatever, however you wanted to carry it, you could transport this really easily and have a fairly compact carbine length platform to run in, 9mm. Of course, you got, I guess it's what, 20, 25, and 32 round mags for these things. I have some of each. I've had no problems with failures to fire or ejecting or anything like that, other than when I have outrun the bolt. With this being a civilianized version of a gun that originally fired from the closed bolt position, you can shoot this thing if you're trying to fire it very quickly. You can't shoot it so fast that this big old bolt is still on its way back up when you're ready to pull the trigger again. So just keep that in mind, that you can actually outrun the this heavy bolt in this case. The way it was originally designed, it worked fantastic. This is not terrible, it is reliable, but you can outrun that big old heavy bolt. So there's that to keep in mind. Never really felt like I had that problem with any other gun, but this one you can get a little trigger happy and outrun the bolt here and there. So anyway, no big deal. It's not a deal breaker. It's no problem. It's a nice gun. I really like these things. They were priced well originally. I believe they were somewhere in the $600 and something range. Maybe $699, $650. I don't remember exactly. Might even been $599 back in the day. I'm not positive, but they were somewhere in the $600 something range. Maybe, I know, sub $700 when I bought mine, and that's been 8 to 10 or so years ago, probably. Gosh, I believe I had this on order about the time Sandy Hook happened. So, just as a frame of reference, because I was like, oh gosh, I was like buying a gun right here after that. But that just happened to be when it lined up for me to be buying the gun, and then that happened like the next week. So figures. Anyway, it's a really nice piece. I like it a lot. And again, I've had no problems out of it all these years. So anyway, I thought you guys might appreciate it. If you run across one cheap, there's not a whole lot of cheap options for the Uzis. You've got these that are fairly affordable still. You've got I think a company called Vector made some of these, not the same Chris Vector, but it's a different Vector company. So they made some. I believe they were parts kits builds as well, so they're going to be similar quality, similar build. Trying to think if there was anybody else. Of course, the Action Arms ones are the real Uzis that were imported in back in the 80s, and I think maybe early 90s. I'm not sure what year they stopped import on those. I want to say it was 80s, but I'm not positive. Anyway, so if you get a chance to run across one of these at a fair price, I wouldn't pay an astronomical amount for one of these. They're a neat gun, but it is kind of shaped like a brick, and it weighs like a bag full of bricks. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's all, you know, it's an all metal gun. There's no, other than a couple pieces of plastic, it's all weight. So they are hefty, but they are neat. They're very fun to shoot, and they look wicked bad. So they got that going for them too. So anyhow, appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind, like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. Really would appreciate it. I'll be doing more gun content and hopefully some guitar and amp content coming up here, and of course more car content, which is what my channel started as. So we'll have some guns and guitars and cars. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks.